Hey y'all, you got Doug Gore, Dougie Doo here with Cajun Soft Wash. I'm going to talk about shooting distances on the 3/4 horsepower booster pump. A couple things real quick. First, I'm dealing with the flu, really bad sore throat, all that kind of fun stuff. So if I start going into a coughing fit on you, I apologize right off the bat. So a couple things. I know Raymond Burke has a video out there on the 3/4 booster pump as well. I think he's probably got a couple of them. Tim's videos are on the 1 horsepower, but I got a couple questions here lately about the 3/4, so I'm just going to go ahead and show it to you. So first of all, a couple things. The booster pump that I'm going to show you today is a 3/4 horse Dayton booster pump. It's about a year and a half old, somewhere right in that neighborhood. So the shooting distance is probably going to be just a little bit less than a brand new pump would be. However, they don't really drop off dramatically, but I do notice as they get older they start to drop off. We do zero maintenance on our booster pumps. Basically, after we shoot sauce through them, we shoot a whole bunch of water through them, and that is the maintenance that they get. They get a thorough rinsing. We don't use any Agent Halt or anything to that nature to neutralize or anything of that nature. We just use a ton of water. So with that being said, I'm going to show you a couple different things. I'm going to shoot it a couple of different ways. First thing I want to start off with is Gilmore sprayer. You just get them at Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever. But to me, the shutoff valve is super important. The reason being is you set it down, it lands on the end of the sprayer. Didn't mean to trip right there. Just trying to see if I got water all over that lens. But what happens is you trip, or you set it down, and it ends up hitting the trigger, and then it ends up spraying. And typically it's spraying you. So so get your shutoff valve, put it on there, safety first. So then Gilmore sprayers, we get them at Home Depot, Lowe's. This one here is probably needing to be replaced. Typically we get 2 weeks out of them, 3 weeks out of them, something like that. And you can start telling they'll start jamming up on you a little bit. I like to use these because I can control my spray pattern. If I turn my pump on, okay, so I can go a stream, or what I like is you can kind of see they get kind of a 3-way pattern right there, right? That's my favorite spot right there. Okay, and I can open that up, and I like that the best over even some of the tips. Okay, but speaking of tips and all, basically you've got this little guy. Okay, you can make these yourself, but don't get them from Tim Hazelton. I'm telling you, this has been, again, one of the great investments. I can't remember how much they are. Say $30. Well worth it. Okay, I can build one myself for $6, $8, $9, something like that, and I can chase the O-ring forever and ever. Amen. This one here, he's got an oversized Viton O-ring in there. The stainless steel quick disconnects. Love this little guy, and I mean, it's worth the money to me. Then make sure you get the stainless steel 4-bangers. I bought some from, I think, Innovative something or other, and they came in, they were steel. Turned out to be junk. And then shooter tips. I do not have a shooter tip on this 4-banger. I had one on there. I bought one of the cheaper plastic ones, and just set it down one time, it broke. Guy Blackman sells the best shooter tip out there. I mean, all the ones that I've tried, I definitely would go with the Guy Blackman shooter tip. This here is just a 0 tip here. So I'm going to show you the difference with through the proportioner Gilmore sprayer, through the proportioner 0 tip. Then I'm going to show you without the proportioner, going positive water through the Gilmore and positive water through the 0 tip. So let's start off. Couple things. Let me back up onto something else. Some people have asked about reliability. Okay, I've had several people tell me I'm not switching to the booster pump until it's proven itself in the industry. Okay, great, I love that. However, it has proven itself in the industry, meaning that I think Tim Hazelton has been, Timmy, how long you been doing that? 15, 18 years, and I think he's been using a booster most of his time. The booster has at least bare minimum 10 years. But I think it has longer than that, quite a bit longer than that in the industry. And not with just one guy. I mean, several guys running booster pumps, several guys running multiple booster pumps. I mean, I would hate to venture a guess how many people are running boosters, 100, 200, 300, 400, I have no idea. But they're out there, and you very rarely hear complaints about them. Me personally, I see like Tim doing the thing about the diffusers and all, that's great. I know I see people about diffusers. I don't even know what the diffuser looks like because I never take mine apart. I just never have a problem with them. And I just do nothing but run water through them. Again, these are Dayton's versus the Goulds. Maybe there's a difference there. I don't know. But I really like it. So the other thing that I hear is about air pumps. If you ask me questions about an air pump, I'm not going to be able to answer because I don't know anything about them. If you gave me an air pump tomorrow, I probably would not use it. The reason that I probably would not use it is simply because you're still dealing with the air compressor. The guys tell me, yeah, but my air pump will last me, 100 years. Great, but you still got the air compressor. It's just something I personally don't want to deal with, is that air compressor. I don't want to deal with it breaking. If this booster pump goes down, which I have 2 extras on the shelf, even though I really don't have to, I know when they're going to go bad, but it takes me about 10 minutes to swap out a pump. That's it. Swap it out and done, good to go. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get all the pressure off of here. I'm going to switch to the proportioner. Okay, so this is proportioner. And let's see how far we get. Those posts, that post is 48 feet away. I don't know if you can see that. With the zero tip on there, through the proportioner, I just barely hit the bottom of that post, okay? That's with the zero tip through the proportioner, not with any positive pressure. Now I'm going to show it to you with just the Gilmore sprayer. Like I said, that's 48 feet. All right, so I'm hitting almost identical on that. If I put the Guy Blackman shooter tip on there, I'd definitely hit that thing hard. But I'm hitting the identical spot with as the zero tip was. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch over to positive water. And I'm going to start off, I'm going to put the zero tip on there, and let's see how we hit it from there. So one of the points in that is that if you're trying to hit something and you're just like a foot or two shy, 3 foot shy, try filling your hose full of sauce and then switch over to positive water because you get a little bit further. And remind you, this pump is a year and a half old. It doesn't quite shoot as far as a brand new pump does, but let's go ahead and show you. All right, so that's positive water with the zero tip on there. And you can see I pretty well soaked that, and I'm not trying to go higher, I'm just trying to show you where it's going to. But I completely soaked that post. Now I'm going to go positive water again with no tip on it. All right, so again, I'm hitting that post. Again, 48 feet, 3/4 horsepower Dayton booster pump that's about a year and a half old and has been a workhorse. So really happy with it. If you have any questions or you need anything, feel free to go ahead and give me a holler. Doug Gore, Dougie Do at Cajun Softwash, 225-612-5988. I think I made it without any big coughing fits, so that's great. But hey, I appreciate y'all for listening to me. Any questions, give me a holler. Dougie Do out.